What's going on, Exile? It's me again, your boy Jamesh, back again with another video. And today I'll be showing you the final iteration of the build. So if you've been following my channel, it all started with 3 elemental weaver, where we combined 3 elements utilizing Rising Tempest, and then it transitioned to Choir of the Storm when we got the Ami, when we first fought Sasht, and it transitioned to 100% critical utilizing 3-headed dragon to freeze the enemies, and we found that it's better to have Kitoko to electrocute the enemies. This final iteration is more of like a DPS, so we remove all the ailments, all the shock, and we're just utilizing pure power. Because when I tested it, I found that with the DPS that we have, we no longer need to inflict shock and freeze for survivability. Let's just kill them. Yeah, so if you are interested, then I'll take you to the build. So this build, it revolves around elemental focus. So what it does is it can no longer inflict elemental ailments, and I'll tell you why later on. And also greater lightning storm will be using elemental discharge, so it will not shock the enemies as well. It's very important because basically our build now is running on this one, not that one, the Endless Blizzard and the Wreck Approach. So the direct approach is this. So it gives us 40% increased critical hit chance against enemies that are affected by no elemental ailments. So meaning, if the enemy doesn't have any ailments, then we have 40% increased critical hit chance. So that means that we only need 60% critical hit chance, which is this. You see, we only have 60 because we already have 40 there. So why we need 100% crit rate? That's because of the Ami. This Ami, it gives us greater lightning bolt on critical hit. So if we have 100% critical, then this won't stop. Just cast and cast. So I'll just show you how powerful greater lightning bolt is. This is on mapping support gems, but let me just quickly check before we go on to the build. So I'll show you how powerful this is. I'll put in, say, Lightning Mastery, and then I'll put in Considered Casting. I put in Rising Tempest. Right now it's 2.5 million, so if I cast 3 elements, it's running on 3.9 million. So that's how powerful it is, and we don't need it because all I want is Spell Echo. So whatever DPS that we have, we times it by 2. So we put Spell Echo there. And I want Spell Cascade as well for faster clearing. Let's just put it back here. And Elemental Discharge, so it won't do any, because this one, it gives us 100% more chance to shock. So if it hits it, then it basically the enemies will get shocked, and we can no longer proc it because we are less 40% critical hit chance. So that's why it's here. It's 917 times 2 because of the Spell Echo, so 1.8 more or less, which is very enough when running any content, even bosses, they melt. Okay, so let's take you to the support gem selection. Concentrated effect, it gives us 40% more area damage. Elemental Discharge, so it won't inflict shock. Spell Echo, so damage is times 2. Spell Cascade, when it hits a critical, the left and right axis would have critical as well. And the good thing about this, when I tested it, is let's say you've killed an enemy, and then even if it's not very close to the enemy, then the lightning jumps, so it's really good. I tested it, and it's very good for deliriums and breaches as well. So that's the gem for greater lightning bolt. For a sigil of power, we have persistence, so more skill effect duration, self-explanatory. Wind wave, it's just there. I'm not sure why it's there. For elemental storm, ingenuity, sorry, 30% increase cooldown recovery rate plus plus 150%. So you would see a lot of this on the battlefield. And next is electrocute. So this is an ailment, but it's good for clearing maps, for doing or killing ads and mappings, because even though it inflicts shock, the elemental discharge will consume that shock. But if you are on a boss fight, I would just remove it and put a gem here that would not give you shock, like 50% less shock, something like that. I'll show you later. And then we got control destruction, 30% more damage with hits, and it doesn't deal critical, because this one, it doesn't deal critical. Cannot deal critical hits, it shows there, right? And neural overload for electrocute, so enemies will get primed. Basically, it lowers down the threshold from 100%. So let's say there's like an ads, the threshold, instead of hitting them before it reaches 100, it's just 40%. Where's the prime? There. 40, 60, 70, and 80, depending on the rarity of the enemy. So it's good there. And Rising Tempest, so damage increases. Eye of Winter, the most important thing. Eye of Winter, why do we choose Eye of Winter? Because unlike Spark, the base critical hit chance is 12%. So that means if this 12%, let's say our critical hit chance is 61%, with all the nodes and the equipments, it's 61%. If you put Spark in here, it's just be like more or less 47 crit rate, because the base critical hit chance of Spark or Firebolt is like 8% or 9, I think. Yep. So I can show you. I have a level 21 Spark here. So if I put Spark in here, you would see that the critical hit chance is 45.81%. So just 45%. And I tested it. I found that this one, the good thing about Spark is you don't need to like all the maps are full with lightning, so it's easier for mappings. But with the projectile speed that we have for Eye of Winter, it does the same thing. Just hold W, just hit anywhere, you don't have to aim, and it kills everything. I'll show you in the showcase later on. Let me just, sorry, what am I doing? Put it here, sell it for 110 divine. Here you go. Moving back, going back. So the next one is Eye of Winter. So Arcane Tempo. Oh, one more thing. You see there, gain 50% damage to the corresponding type when passing over ground surface. So if you like, yep, you teleport there. This is now a lightning ground. So whatever damage that you have, say 169,314, and then the lightning damage is 4742. This is the DPS, 4742. If you have a lightning ground there, oops, I'm lagging. Now it gives us 50% more damage, because as you can see, and then you put fire as well. But don't worry about the elements, because we still have elemental focus, so it will not inflict elemental ailments. Right, so that's Eye of Winter. Now for the support gems, Arcane Tempo, self-explanatory, 25% more cast speed, so it can cast very fast, like that. And then We got inspiration for less cost because this is very mana hungry because we have a lot of us. You can see this is level 31 right now. Level 31. And mobility. I can't do this build without mobility, right? So if you don't have mobility, you this is how you, let's say you're in breaches, this is how you fight. It's very slow, right? But if you have mobility, this is how it looked like. It's easier to, it's like Mike Tyson, weaving and bobbing, weaving and bobbing. Yep. And we got the power curse. See? It's so big. Okay, so where's the next one? Elemental focus. You do know why we have this, because it doesn't have any cost modifier like this one. 120% cost multiplier. This one, it gives a lot of damage, but it doesn't have cost multiplier. And also the important thing is the support skill cannot inflict elemental ailments. Right, and then acceleration for projectile speed, so you don't have to aim. If you have so much projectile speed, currently our projectile speed is wait, 165% projectile speed. So this is how it looks like. So if you're moving, you see all the maps is filled with shards. So you really don't have to aim. You can just hold W and finish the map. I'll show you later. And then, yep, acceleration, very important. Let me just show you the acceleration nodes. Projectile speed, projectile speed, projectile speed, and we got projectile speed, and then projectile speed. So that's like 170% projectile speed. You cannot, this is mandatory, guys, the projectile speed. It's a useless build if you don't have projectile speed. Okay, so Orb of Storm, just fun of mana, fun of blood for survivability. And the good thing about Orb of Storm, once it sees that you've cast a lightning spell, it keeps on hitting lightning. And so if we do a critical, 100% critical, you see there's a lot of lightning, then this one chains as well. But don't use it on the boss because it may inflict shock. If you inflict shock, then your critical rate is just 60%. Cool. Frost Wall, I don't use it, but for Simulacrum, it's very useful. Cold Mastery, Icicle, Ambush, and Considered Casting. Now, Temporal Chains is our curse, so this is our bread and butter when running Simulacrum. Because before you hit on Wave, you put Simulacrum, then you put this, and then you just hit. Anything that crosses over the purple circle, they can barely move. So they're very slow once they're inside there. So it's a good survivability toolkit. And then flammability. So for let me show you the Curse Ground, Ritualistic Curse, Heightened Curse, Expands, and Magnified Effect. This one for 40% more area of effect, 50% more area of effect, and 50% increased area of effect. That's the reason why it's so big. Plus the 3 nodes that I'm gonna show you in skill set too, which is these ones, and these ones. Okay. Now flammability, so you can add 50%, gain 50% fire damage. So just cast it to yourself, and then now you have fire on your. So if you have like this, and then you have fire as well, now you have 100% lightning and 50% per lightning and fire. And what we put in here is burning inscription. So anything that has runic, flammability has runic. If you put burning inscription, it leaves a burning ground. Now, if the next one is focused curse, so the skill arrived after 30% reduced delay. If you don't have focused curse in here, if you press D, it takes a while before you can see the burning ground. But if you have reduced delay, then the burning ground is already there. It instantly gives you burning ground. So just cast. You have so much burning ground. And Arcane Surge, I'm not sure why that's there. Very important, Archmage. So what Archmage does is it converts or it adds a lightning damage to your... Remember, the Eye of Winter is a cold spell, but if you activate Archmage here, it gives you so much damage. You can see 4742, 7166. Our cold damage is very weak, but we need the lightning damage because that scales a lot. That scales a lot when in terms of damage. So, yep. And the important thing here, it needs to be level 21. So it's either you put the level 20 plus Lightning Mastery, or you can just put 19 plus 1 from the Corruption. Make sure it's 21 because there's like a breakpoint where it gives you a lot of damage when it's 21. Okay? If 22, you see it doesn't... it's not showing. Oh, here. The damage is not even changing. 169, 314. Still 169, 314. But if this one goes 19, then you would see this like less than 8,000, I think, 8,000 DPS or 10k DPS. Yeah, so it's really strong breakpoint. If you don't know what breakpoint is, it's like a limit. You can just search it on YouTube what breakpoint is. Yep, and then Lightning Bolt, we put in Wild Shards and Unleash, so it gives you a lot of balls. And then you can teleport to the balls, and then you'd see the Burning Ground. Okay. And yeah, the Lightning Warp is the Burning Ground. If you're on the boss fight, you don't put this under the boss, because if you do, then that boss would be shocked. So just cast it to yourself, like that. And it adds 50%, gain 50% lightning damage, more lightning damage. That's basically it. Now moving on to the equips. Basically all critical. 90. Yeah, I'll just hover for each equipment. Oh, this is important. You see +4 to level of all spell skills. This one is all spell skills as well. Because apart from lightning damage, we need to up Eye of Winter. So instead of getting a lightning wand, which is very expensive, +5 to all lightning, you only need to get +4 to level of all spell skills. Okay, so this one I think I got it for like 12, 13 divine. Yep, and this one spell skills as well. Yep, this is my headpiece. 30% critical hit chance. The Regalia, this is the expensive one. I think 12 divine right now. Ingenuity, I got it myself. I valed it and I got 22% fire resistance. That sucks, but 80% is enough. Okay, and then this is our gloves. Crit damage, nothing fancy. Just the 2 slot for mana. And this is our boots. Chaos resistance. Yeah, the rings, important that you have increased mana regeneration rate. On the left ring, I put in all elemental resistance just to up our resistance here. So as you can see, 75, 75, 67. This one, chaos resistance 24% because of the ingenuity belt. It gives us 24 plus 26 plus ingenuity is like 85% already. So very good. So this is the left ring, this is the right ring, and this is the amulet. Mental toughness plus 14 strength. Very cheap. I think you can have this for like 1 div. Right. And mana flask, very important. I'm not sure how much it costs right now, but this one I have a very good amulet, and the person pays me with ultimate mana flask. So that was like 3 weeks ago, I think. So I've been using this for quite some time now. And for this one, I always use freeze, so for survivability. Cool. And for the second one, you can have +6 level of all spell skills. So this one I only use it for this. So if it's +6, then it should be larger, like this. Okay, and what you do is all your skills, make sure this one I just yeah, make sure it's just number 1 is checked for all the skills. Second, I froze. The only thing that's number 2 is this one. So it uses this because I'll explain later. All these skills are on weapon set skill 2 or weapon set 2. That's why you need to have secondary weapon. I only use it for temporal chains. So as you can see, if I am on number 1 and then I hit right click for temporal chains, it automatically goes to 2. And if I use my main skill or any other skill, it goes back to the main weapon. It just utilizes the weapon to activate these nodes, the green nodes. Okay. All right. So I think that's it. We now move to the so Stormweaver. Just get this because you cannot use double shock. We no longer use it. And yeah, I'll just before we start, I think I've shown you earlier this one. Don't be scared. This is just 1 divine. I got this for 1 divine. This one, I got it for 2 divine. So unlike lightning jewels, where the +2, the last time I checked, the +2 spark, it goes like 40 divine. So it's very expensive. But my build, no one uses it. I think I'm the only one that uses this. That's why it's selling very cheap. This one I got it for like 1.2 something or 1 divine and 40 exalt, something like that. You can check it right now. It's very cheap. This one, this is the only one that has 3, and I got it for like 1 divine. And they're selling because I think no one's buying. That's why it's selling. But you can see a lot of this, but it's just endless blizzard. So the important here is direct approach. Okay. Make sure you have direct approach. Even if there's no endless blizzard, that's fine. Just make sure you have direct approach so you can activate the 40% increased critical hit chance. So you'll have 100%. If you have 100%, then this one won't stop. It just gives you lightning after lightning. See that? Oops. And yep, let's go on to the 3 node. So this intelligence. Okay, and then we go this skill speed. Then you go back, critical hit chance, 36% increased damage if you dealt a critical hit in the past 8 seconds. Well, we're always critical, so this is always up. And then damage, critical damage. Currently, our critical damage is at 703%. Okay, so our Eye of Winter is now doing how much DPS? Let's see. 200k. So 200k times 8. Why times 8? Because it has 8 shards. Okay, so 200k times 8. So that's like 200k, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. 16 million? 200. Let me just. And this is only for Eye of Winter. We do have Greater Lightning Bolt as well. So let's say this is 2 million because of Spell Echo, not with damaging support gems. You can upgrade this if you want more damage. So 2 million plus 1.6, so it's like 3.6 million DPS. That's the. And let's say that's 3 million DPS. 1.6 plus 2, so 3.6 million DPS. Times it by 7 because we have 700% critical damage bonus. That's our DPS right now. Okay, going back. Intelligence, and then this is very important. Reduce mana, cost of skill, cost of skill, cost of skill. Why do we have so much of this? Because this is level 31 already. The Eye of Winter. Not sure why it's only 31. So we got one. If I remove this, this is level 30. Oh, okay. Got it. Okay, so level 31. Going back, mental conservative casting, reduce mana, cost of skill. These are all damage nodes. Critical, 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 critical. And this one's very important. Projectile damage, projectile speed, projectile speed, projectile speed, jewel socket. And then let's go down first. We'll talk about jewels last. Okay, so critical damage, critical damage, critical damage. And then critical damage, critical damage, critical damage, critical hit chance, critical hit chance. We go up here, hit chance, hit chance, hit chance, critical damage, and jewel socket, projectile speed, projectile speed. Eldritch battery, so it converts all your energy shields. You can see we don't have energy shield. This is our HP, 6,130. And arcane intensity, so I know you guys all you guys know all these already. Mana, cost of mana, so just follow this one. Jewel socket, and then this is the most efficient mapping for this. I've already tested it. Instead of going here, you go this one and then right across. Let's remove this one. Yeah, so we go here, 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 jewel socket, and then this one, it helps with the cast speed and especially the mana recovery because we need sustain. Yep, and then mind over matter. So when they hit you, it damages your mana, not your HP. And then critical damage, critical, 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 basically all damage. That's it. Now for the jewel selection. Critical, critical, spell elemental. 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 Critical, critical, spell cold damage. I need to change this with spell and elemental for more DPS. Yep. And then this one are the mana on kill. So it's important to have this. So if you're running breaches and deliriums or mappings, then your mana is always full. So 2% mana on kill, critical damage, spell damage, elemental damage. Same goes with here. Spell damage, elemental damage, critical damage, 2% mana on kill. This one is the same. Oh, this one is the only critical jewel to complete the 60%. So we only got 2. And then 3 level of Eye of Winter. And then the Endless Blizzard, it gives you +1 level of all cold skill. So 3 + 1 is 4. The Wreck Approach, you know why we have the Wreck Approach. This one, it's not important. It's just armor and against projectile attacks. It helps, but no. And then moving on here, it's just skill speed, and then more skill speed and movement speed. That's it. So this is the no elemental build, the final iteration. There's a lot more to improve, like timeless jewels and stuff like that, but those are very expensive. We're more of like grinding farming and no RMTs. So, yep. Oh, and one more thing. Let's say you've already mapped it. So once you go here, you just click on skill set 2. You go here, get this. Skill set 2. You go here, get this. Skill set 2. Skill set 2, go here, get this. So you can have all the curses. Right, so I hope you guys enjoy. I will now take you to the gameplay. I'll probably show you one simulacrum, one run of breaches and stuff. I'll show you how to kill Sest in 4 seconds and things like that. So If you haven't watched the previous video, if you want to see the electrocute and the freezing 3 dragons conversion and all that stuff, you can watch the other videos as well. And I found that also most of my viewers, they are not like subscribing and sharing, so I just want to revive this YouTube channel. And so please show your support by clicking like, sharing to your friends, and just comment. I'll make sure to answer the best I could. Okay, so thank you guys. See you on the gameplay.
Forgotten. Garukan favors me.
Do you not wonder what tugs at the strings of fate? What stands astride the abyss and beckons you to fall?
I can't do that yet. Didn't break a sweat. I'm carrying enough already. Not yet. Garukan favors me. I need more time.